Welcome to the second episode of Nitro on the Go. In this week's show, we're going to check out the latest creation by Mansory, two recently updated SUVs, and one of the most important upgrades for your BMW M8. Let's do this. Once again, welcome to the second episode of Nitro on the Go, and thank you for spending your time with me. We premiered our first episode last week, and we're receiving some awesome support and fantastic feedback from some of you. Thank you. Also, like I mentioned in last week's show, we're sending out Nitro swag bags to one lucky winner every single week. All you gotta do is share this video on Facebook with the hashtag Nitro on the Go. The winner from last week's giveaway? I'll tell you at the end of this episode. We have another packed show for you this week. Let's get right to it. First segment, Nitro Boost. Based in Germany and known for some of their craziest, most radical and exclusive upgrade kits for the super rich, Mansory recently unveiled their iteration of the Ford GT. This uber slick hypercar you see here is not just a regular Ford GT, which by the way is already something super exclusive. This example you see here is one out of three. And it isn't just a Ford GT with a wide body kit slapped onto it. The designers and engineers at Mansory have completely redesigned and rebuilt the car. New body panels for the exterior, new materials for every visible and usable item on the insides, as well as brand new headlights, new 21-inch wheels on all four corners, and a bump up in its performance. Because of these extensive upgrades and modifications, not only does it look radically different, I'm not saying it looks better, I'm saying it looks different. It also blasts its way up to a top speed of 354 kilometers per hour. Let that sink in. 354 kilometers per hour. But that's only after Mansory engineers decided to punish its V6 twin turbo engine, now pushing some 710 horsepower instead of 640 and 840 newton meters of torque instead of 750. Will I buy one? No. Why? It's impossible to afford. Will I be dreaming of one tonight when I go to bed? No. Why? Because I'll very much prefer to dream of her instead. What up, Rihanna? Right. Next on the list for this week's Nitro Boost. Meet the latest version of the Bentley Bentayga. In my personal opinion, still ugly on the outside and definitely not the best looking SUV on the market. If you want a sexy SUV, look to Range Rover or maybe Audi. If you want an SUV with nonsensical power, look to Lamborghini. That said, the reason why over 20,000 people worldwide have purchased a Bentayga is because firstly, they can afford it, and secondly, they prioritize things differently from you and me. How so? Look inside. The Bentayga was designed for a discerning and obviously affluent clientele, with comfort being top of the agenda. This is without any doubt one of the most comfortable SUVs in the world, with a tremendous amount of meticulous attention to detail paid to every imaginable crevice. So, while I wouldn't want to be seen with it, I wouldn't mind being seen in it. Backseat, obviously. Okay, moving on. Now, one of the most important components of your car is your suspension system. Unfortunately, it isn't a part that you could easily check, unlike your tires or your windscreen wipers. So make sure to have your shock absorbers and relevant components checked every time you get an oil change, because the main priority of your suspension system is to keep the tires in good and constant contact with the road. Comfort or ride quality is secondary, even if it is equally important for daily drivers. And yes, I am qualified to talk about it, but no. I'm not going to spend the next few minutes talking about it. I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about this. Not only is this the newest generation of the BMW 8 Series, this is the F92 M8 competition, packed with the same 625 horsepower twin turbo engine as the BMW M5 competition we spoke about last week. That's not the news. What is the news? This is the news. Our friends at KW Suspension over in Wittenberg, Germany have created an all-new variant 4 coilover suspension system for this car. Just like in the standard BMW M4 GTS, this KW V4 system is equipped with high-performance 3-way adjustable dampers, meaning you get to tweak and set the rebound as well as the high and low speed compressions. Furthermore, it offers a maximum lowering of up to 35 millimeters. So for those of you who could afford this car, add a new bumper every week, because you're going to be scraping that base. You're going to want a set of these. More information? Find out at nitro.com. Right. Last car on this week's list is another SUV, but this time something a little bit more practical and logical for the everyday driver. Due to the ongoing COVID pandemic and the subsequent cancellation of numerous motor shows, car manufacturers around the world have been forced to improvise on how they unveil new cars. This will probably continue on for a long time, even after a vaccine is created. So on the 1st of July last week, Volkswagen unveiled this. Meet the all-new Volkswagen Tiguan. Now I'm 99.99% certain that all of you have seen one of these on the roads. Since it was first launched in 2007, over 6 million units have been sold worldwide. Now that's a pretty insane number for an SUV, and it ranks among one of the top-selling SUVs in the world. So let's start with the more exciting bit. Well, let's start with the slightly more exciting bit. What you see here is the R version, which has a torque vectoring 4-wheel drive system, larger wheels, larger brakes, sport seats, R stickers and badges everywhere, black paint instead of chrome, blah 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 blah. The only bit that really turned me on was this, an Akrapovic exhaust system. Having visited and attended a course at their factory in Slovenia, this is the only exhaust brand that I would endorse with full confidence. But that's a different story for another time. Back to the Tiguan. What caught my attention was when the director of Volkswagen R said this.
Sporty character up to racetrack capability and unrestricted everyday needs for the whole family.
You heard that? He said sporty character up to racetrack capability. Racetrack capability? Now, I have no reason to doubt him. I mean, he's the director for Volkswagen's R division. But still, racetrack capability? Mine? Pff. There were, however, some interesting updates to note. A new twin dosing system that's supposed to ensure cleaner turbo diesel engines for the diesel variants. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, then there's a new plug-in hybrid version as well. Also new, the latest generation infotainment system, a travel assist system to assist you while traveling. On the outside, I think it looks much better than all previous generations. It feels more mature, refined, and I guess a little less edgy as well. All jokes aside, I like it. I've liked the first generation, I like the pre-facelift model, and I like this newly facelifted one as well. However, I probably will not splurge on the R model for its racetrack capabilities. I mean, Volkswagens are supposed to be the logical and practical choice. After all, they're Volkswagen, basically meaning cars for the people. And I'm sure both hardcore and softcore enthusiasts will not be buying a Tiguan for its racetrack capabilities. Well, that's it for this week's segment of Nitro Boost. Now, for last week's swag bag giveaway, we have already selected a winner at random, and we'll be sending out that message to one lucky winner via Facebook real soon. For those of you who missed out, fret not. All you gotta do is share this video on Facebook and include hashtag NitroOnTheGo, and you'll stand a chance to win one as well. My name is Hong. Once again, thank you for spending your time with me. Remember, if you want to check out the full stories of everything I've shared today and more, visit us at nitro.com. Before I sign off, check out this wicked collaboration between Lamborghini and the Italian C Group. This is the Technomar for Lamborghini 63. Now, even if you've got all the money in the world, you won't be able to get your hands on one of these super exclusive boats. It is so exclusive. You need to be invited by them to buy it. I'll see you next week. Peace out.